Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Wendy, and I am so pleased to have you here today. Our flow today will be nice, slow, low to the ground. We'll get into basically all the body parts today, and hopefully, this will leave you feeling really refreshed and able to settle down for the night or continue on into your day. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and then hit that little bell icon to be notified every time I post, which is, in theory, several times a week. With school, things are kind of all over the place. Anyway, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on our mat lying down. So kind of coming into a mini Shavasana here, but we're going to take the soles of the feet together and let the knees just come out to the side. This little Supta Baddha Konasana. You can always play with where the heels are in relationship to the groin. So if you want to move those heels a few inches away, see how that feels. Move them a few inches closer, see how that feels. And kind of settle into a place that feels good in your body. Let's take one hand to the belly, the other hand to the heart space. Let's just take a few rounds of a complete breath. So inhaling into the belly first, and then allowing the chest to fill. As we exhale, we release the breath from the chest and lungs first, and then from the belly. Inhaling into the belly, a little bit higher into the chest. Exhaling out of the chest and out of the belly. Take one more of these on your own, using your own pacing. And maybe as we're here, we can set an intention for our practice, applying a few words to whatever called you here today, something to help keep you linked to the physical practice, help connect the mind to the body. When we're ready, if you've closed down the eyes, you can keep them closed. You can also just keep the gaze soft. We'll go ahead, assist the knees back together, and then pull both of the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little bit of movement here, side to side. From here, we're going to set our hands down by our side, kick the legs up to the sky. So this first one, it might be a little bit tender. Maybe you want to bend and straighten the legs. I like to kind of act like I'm walking on the ceiling. You can point and flex the feet. Once again, just taking any sort of movements or wiggles that feel nice here. Something to help you sustain the posture for a little bit longer. From here, we're going to flex the feet. Right ankle crosses over the left. We're going to interlace our fingers behind the left thigh. Use the right elbow to press the right knee away from you. Keep that right foot flexed. The left foot can relax. In our figure four stretch here, we can stay still, or we could find a little bit of movement side to side. Choose what feels right for you. Good, and when we're ready, let's take our hands back down, kick the legs back up to the sky, just kind of noticing the differences here. And then when we're ready, let's flex the feet, left ankle over the right thigh. Let's interlace the fingers behind that right leg. Use the left elbow to press the left knee away from you, even as you draw the thighs in towards your chest. Take whatever movement or stillness you found on the other side, creating a bit of symmetry in the body. Good. And then as we're ready, let's go ahead, kick those legs back up to the sky. Maybe this time was the easiest yet. Go ahead, try to find a place where we can find some stillness with the heels stacked over the hips. Just 3 breaths here. pointing or flexing or anywhere in between with the legs. You can also invite a little bend into the knees. Straighten them if you can. Good. When we're ready, let's just go ahead, draw our knees back into our chest, give ourselves a nice squeeze. And then when we're ready, we're just going to find a little rock and roll up and down the spine, giving ourselves a little bit of a massage. After your third roll, however you want to get there, we're going to make our way towards hands and knees. Spreading our fingertips out wide, grounding our knees down about hip distance apart. Let's just take a few cat-cows. Inhale, let's drop the belly, lift the crown of the head, lift the tailbone. Exhale, press into the ground, round through the spine, look for the belly button. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Let's do 2 more here. Take this at your own pace. I also find it really yummy to bend my elbows in between the movements just to get a little bit deeper into those shoulders. Let's inhale to neutralize the spine. From here, we're just going to walk our hands forward a bit, coming into a puppy dog pose. So just keeping your hips over your knees will allow the forehead to descend towards the mat. If this feels like you don't quite have enough room to descend even deeper, you can always try to take your chin towards the mat. Taking a few breaths here in this really yummy heart opener. When we're ready, we're going to press into our palms nice and slow. We're going to slither ourselves forward, coming into a Sphinx pose. From here, we're going to come into a nice quad stretch. So fists through the left hand, send the fist over towards the right side. We're going to bend into our right knee, reach our right arm up and over. Try to grab for the inside of the foot. From here, we'll try to start squaring off the shoulders back towards the front. If we can, pull our right heel a little bit closer towards the glute. Also an option to start to spiral our right fingertips in the direction of the toes. Gets a little bit deeper into the shoulder that way. Also, if this seems really inaccessible to you, feel free to utilize a strap to get yourself there. One more inhale. As we exhale, we'll release. Come back through your Sphinx pose, ground down through the elbows, roll the shoulders back. From here, let's just come to the other side, fisting through the right hand, send the right hand over to the left, bend the left knee, reach the left arm up and overhead, maybe grabbing for the inside of the foot, maybe utilizing a strap, whatever you need to get there. We'll start to square off our shoulders. Start to pull the heel in towards the glute. If it's accessible, we'll spin those fingertips into the same direction as the toes. Breathe. Good. One more inhale. As we exhale, we'll release and let go, coming back towards our Sphinx pose. From here, let's go ahead and utilize this Sphinx pose as a blueprint for our Cobra. Walk the hands back, keeping the chest lifted. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale. As we exhale, come through the knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Good. Spend a few breaths here in this down dog. Maybe walk it out, alternating bending and lengthening through the heels, shooting one and then the other down towards the mat. Excellent. Once we feel aligned, let's go ahead, ground down into the left leg. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, open up in the hip, bend the knee. Just for a breath, inhale to square it off. We'll exhale, draw our shin towards the back of the wrists. Setting up for your pigeon. From here, let's try to stock ourselves up a little bit higher, maybe coming onto our fingertips, maybe lifting all the way up, trying to square off here. So pull the knees towards each other. We maybe won't actually move in space, but just the action sends some engagement into the legs. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll fold forward. If this seems really inaccessible, you can always take a blanket underneath that hip just to give yourself some place to come down to. We also don't have to come too far forward, although, in my opinion, it makes it a little bit easier. Good. Just breathing deeply. With our next inhale, we'll slowly take ourselves up. We're going to lean onto our right hip and then send our left leg forward. From here, let's inhale, reach our arms up, and exhale, fold, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, we'll come to a bit of a half lift. Exhale, we'll pull ourselves a little bit deeper. Take those a few times, so just micro movements with the breath. Inhale once more. Our next exhale, as we come down, go ahead and hold. Sending the gaze down, but not letting the chin come into the chest. We want about a fist distance in between our chin and our collarbones. Good. As we're ready here, we'll inhale, slowly stack. We're going to take that knee up towards the sky. Go ahead and cross the ankle over the thigh. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, cross the elbow on the outside of the thigh. Right hand reaches behind you. Inhale to find stacking. Exhale to find depth. Lovely. We're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale, unwind all the way to the other side. Plant both of your hands down. Your right hip might come off. That's okay. Let's just find some circles, 3 in each direction. Go ahead and switch the direction if you haven't already. Sometimes you can get some nice back pops out of this. Other times it just feels pretty good. All right, once we feel ready, let's go ahead, take our gaze back forward. From here, we're going to slide our right foot closer towards our hip. Try to take the knees to stack. Now, if this does not feel great, don't worry, we can keep our knee up. We're going to work onto our arms just for a moment. The legs are just a nice bonus if you can get into them. So let's go ahead. Inhale, we're going to open up our arms. With our exhale, our right hand is going to come overhead, and we're going to grab onto the elbow with our left hand. Press the head into the arms. You might want to take a few bends side to side. It can feel rather yummy, but of course it's optional. Let's go ahead, exhale, release. From here, I'm going to spin around to show you guys. We're going to take our left hand behind us. Try to reach in between the shoulder blades and then grab for the elbow. For many of us human beings, this is not easy or accessible. So in that case, we're just going to cross our left hand and grab for our left elbow, or maybe for our forearms, wherever we can get. Just make sure that that left hand is on top of the right. Good. Let's exhale, release. Find a few shoulder rolls. Then when you're ready, we're going to lean back, send our right leg long. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, reach for the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take the hands behind you, fingertips towards the glutes. The next inhale, we're going to lift the hips up, little forward or reverse plank. And then exhale, we'll set the hips down. However you want to get there, we're going to make our way back into downward dog. So maybe we cross the legs, move over the shins, or take whatever journey sounds good to you. Walk it out here. Notice any differences between the two sides. And let's just move through the left side. So inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, open up in the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and then set the shin right behind the wrists. Work that back leg back so that we can settle down into the hips. Good. From here, maybe tenting up onto the fingertips. Maybe we can lift the hands all together. Just kind of playing with that. Squeezing the knees in towards each other, squaring off the hips. One more inhale. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward. Taking this to whatever extent feels good in your body. Maybe you're laying flat on the ground. Maybe you're really lifted. Also, always inviting props into your practice if you need them. Just a few more moments here. With our next inhale, we'll start to climb up back towards our hands. Let's lean off onto our left hip and then swing our right leg forward. Setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Good. From here, wherever we're connecting with, whether it's the ground or part of our limb, we're going to inhale for a bit of lift, trying to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to find a bit more depth. So inhale to lift. Exhale to deepen. Once more. And exhale. This time we're going to hold in whatever our depth is, sending our gaze gently towards the ground. Don't tuck your chin all the way into your chest. We want to keep a strong posterior neck. Basically, we want the back of our neck to be strong so that it can support the weight of our head. So just gazing gently down, but keeping that gap between the chin and the chest. Excellent. As we're ready, we'll inhale to lift. We'll take our left knee up towards the sky, and then we're going to cross that leg. Inhale, right arm floats up. Exhale, hook the elbow to the thigh. Left hand floats behind. Inhale to stack the spine. Exhale to find depth. Little micro movements at your own discretion. Good. We'll inhale, look forward. Exhale, we'll unwind. From here, once again, we're going to try to slide that left heel closer towards our hip. So we're kind of in like a half cow face pose. Inhale to open up the arms. Exhale, both of our arms reach up. Left hand reaches for the middle of the back as the right arm, or the right hand rather, grabs for the left elbow. Once again, as we're here, maybe you want to find some movement, explore a little bit through the side body. Good. We'll exhale, release. And we'll come towards that other variation. This time, the right hand's going to reach for that center of the shoulder blades. Left arm is going to reach towards the elbow. For me on this side, this is quite a challenge. Just kind of notice, usually it's the dominant side when it's flipped back, down and back. It's kind of hard. So just find whatever modification works for you, whether you're grabbing onto the elbows or the forearms or trying to go for that more in-depth variation. Good. Let's inhale, open up through the arms, find a few rolls in either direction. Take the hands behind you, send that left leg long. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come behind you, fingertips towards the sit bones. Inhale, lift the hips, upward plank. Exhale, set it down. Good. From here, we're just going to draw the soles of the feet together. A little seated butterfly pose this time. Let's inhale for some length. Exhale to fold. Maybe try to take your elbows in front of your shins. And if you can connect the elbows to the shins, you can kind of push the chest forward. Excellent. Let's inhale to rise up. We'll take the legs back together, send our feet out long. We can always keep the soles of the feet on the ground as we roll back. That's where we're going, is to meet on our mat. So inhale, exhale to roll. From here, we'll just step our heels in, set our hands down by our side. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we'll roll our sit bones up, and then one vertebrae at a time, lift the hips into the sky. Keep drawing the knees together. Don't let them splay apart. It's good to know that knitting through the inner thighs actually helps to stabilize the core and the rest of the torso. One more inhale. As we exhale, let's slowly lower. Open up the arms. Draw the knees into the chest. Inhale. Exhale both of our knees over to the right. Gaze towards the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Inhale back up through center. Draw the knees into the chest. Big inhale. And as we exhale, let's lengthen out the legs as wide as the mat or wider, allowing your arms to come out to your side, palms flipped up in a gesture of receiving, allowing yourself to settle into our final Shavasana, our final relaxation posture. Allowing any breathing technique to be released as we slowly settle the energy down. Not getting rid of it, able to tap into this energy whenever we need to, but allowing it to settle down when we need to as well. Feel free to stay in the Shavasana for however long you and your body needs. remembering to return back to that intention before we leave our mat, as to seal this intention to our minds, bodies, and souls. The light that's within me honors and acknowledges the light that's within you. And from this seed, from this source, we are literally one. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.